Hello everyone. In today's class, we'll try to understand very important topic, which is differentiation, and we'll try to solve the exercise 5.2 of the NCERT. So along with the questions, we'll also try to see how we are differentiating. So to solve this exercise, that is 5.2, basically what will be needed is the chain rule. There is good application of chain rule to solve this exercise. So let's try to understand how we can apply this chain rule using the questions of this exercise. So we'll try to also learn how to differentiate a little bit using these questions. So now let's try to move on to the questions. So as you can see, the first one, sine of x square plus 5. So in these questions, we'll apply chain rule because this is not this just the function sine x, right? We know the derivative of sine x, but what about sine of x square plus 5? So just remember one thing, कि यहाँ पे जो हमारे पास sin x है, if we will try to differentiate this sin x, so try to differentiate the function one by one, right? So what it means is, first of all, you have sine, right? So just forget about what is there inside. First of all, differentiate this sine, right? And you know the derivative of this sine is not about that is sin x. Just I'm just talking about the function sine, right? It is cos. Now, whatever is inside, now you have taken care of this. Whatever is inside, then you have to differentiate that. And you know that derivative of 2x is x square is 2x, and derivative of 5 is 0, right? And you will keep on go like this unless and until you reach the last variable or the last function itself, right? So from this is called the chain rule. So you'll get to know with these first three questions. So if we want to write down this d by dx of sine of x square plus 5, right? Now in this case, first of all, as I said, you have to write down the derivative of the function which is a sine, right? Which is cos. So whatever was inside the sine, you'll write it as it is. So it is cos of x square plus 5 into. You will keep on multiplying until you reach the last function. So now you have x square plus 5. Differentiate x square plus 5. That is 2x. So this is your answer, right? Because after this, there is nothing to differentiate. So the same thing you will be doing in the rest of the questions as well. So if you talk about this, so derivative of this will be, I will write down dy by dx of cos of sin x. तो ऐसे डरने की जरूरत नहीं है, cos of sin x आ गया ऐसा तो कभी देखा नहीं है. So you don't have to worry about all these things. Just focus on what we have discussed. So cos of this, so cos का सबसे पहले आप डेरिवेटिव करोगे. So you know the derivative for this is minus sin. और जो अंदर फंक्शन था that will remain as it is. ठीक है. अभी जो आपने किया है वो किसके साथ किया है? आप याद रखो ये चीज, अभी ये cos के साथ काम हुआ है, ठीक है? अभी sin x बचा हुआ है. So now we will do it like into. So this is what we have written for the first one, that is cos, into, now we will look at sin x. The derivative of sin x is cos x. Now what will be left will be x, right? Because we have to reach the final till the final function. So x derivative of x is 1. So it is no need to write it down. So we can directly write down minus cos x into sine of sin x. So this is the derivative for the second function. तो अब तक आपको बहुत सारी चीजें पता चल चुकी हैं. So we can now write down the derivative of this as well. So dy dx of sine of ax plus b. तो sine का derivative क्या होता है? Sine का derivative is cos. So we have written cos. Whatever the function will be will come, and into ax plus b, derivative of ax plus b, right? So that is going to be a, because derivative of ax is a and derivative of b is 0. So this is simply a into cos of ax plus b. आप इनमें से किसी भी एक डेरिवेटिव को you can write down in the terms of the expression that is written in the book, because you can, if you try to see the second one, we can write it down as the derivative is equal to, you have written down first of all cos of sin x. The derivative of cos of sin x was, first of all, differentiate sine cos, then it will be minus of sine of sin x into derivative of sin x, right? You can also write this step by step, which is cos x itself. So the answer will be same, right? So this is how you will be solving using the chain rule. So let us now try to move to the other examples, and let's see whether you can solve them or not. So let us try to understand this. Here we have, so we know that the functions are becoming more and more dangerous, but yes, we know the method, तो हम उनको solve कर सकते हैं. So let us try to understand about this one. So a derivative of this, derivative of sec of tan root x. अब यहाँ पे आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप सारी चीजें करनी है, ठीक है? अब आप ये सोचो कि आपका सबसे पहला फंक्शन क्या है, sec, ठीक है? sec x का डेरिवेटिव सबसे पहले आपको लिखना है, ठीक है? विच इज sec x इंटू tan x होता है, लेकिन x के जगह यहाँ पे क्या आएगी, वी हैव दिस फंक्शन, तो आप ये फंक्शन लिखोगे. तो यू कैन राइट इट डाउन. तो चलो इसमें हम सारे स्टेप्स लिखते हैं. sec ऑफ tan root x इंटू tan ऑफ tan root x. So sec x into tan x, right? Then it will be this into derivative of what, because we have just now covered about the sec x, and now we will be coming to tan of this. So derivative of tan of root x, right? तो अगर आप सिर्फ डेरिवेटिव ऑफ tan ऑफ रूट x की बात करोगे, बिकॉज दिस इज द एक्सप्रेशन, ये तो एज इट इज रहेगा ही, ठीक है? वी डोंट नीड टू वरी अबाउट दिस. तो अगर आप, हमारे पास ये बचा हुआ है, सो लेट अस ट्राई टू फोकस ऑन दिस. So derivative of tan root x. अब again, what you have to do is think about the derivative of tan, right? You know that the derivative of tan is nothing but sec square, right? So it will be sec square root x, ठीक है? root x का स्क्वायर नहीं, sec का स्क्वायर. sec square root x. उसके बाद क्या बचा? We are left with root x. So now it will be derivative of root x. तो आपको ये चीज समझ में आ रही होगी कि आपको पीछा नहीं छोड़ना है जब तक आप लास्ट फंक्शन पर नहीं पहुंच जाओ, ठीक है? एंड वी नो द डेरिवेटिव ऑफ रूट एक्स, तो हम डायरेक्टली यहाँ पे लिख देते हैं, इट इज 1/2 रूट एक्स इंटू सेक स्क्वायर रूट एक्स, राइट? तो फाइनली जो हमारे पास इसका डेरिवेटिव था, लेट अस से दिस डेरिवेटिव इज सम फंक्शन एफ ऑफ एक्स, ठीक है? अब हमारे पास एफ ऑफ एक्स क्या आ गया, ये तो एज इट इज था ही यहाँ पे, ठीक है? जब ये एज इट इज था हमारे पास, और दूसरा फंक्शन का हमने डेरिवेटिव निकाल लिया है, ठीक है? तो वी कैन जस्ट डायरेक्टली राइट ऑल द थिंग्स डाउन. So it will be sec of tan of root x, sec of tan root x into tan of tan root x, जो कि ये था पूरा एक्सप्रेशन. अब उसका डेरिवेटिव लिखना है हमें into 1/2 root x into sec square root x. So this is the complete derivative of this function, ठीक है? Now let us come to this part, which is question number 5th. अब in question number 5th, you know that you have the form of u by v, ठीक है? आपके पास u by v की फॉर्म है. तो u by v की फॉर्म के लिए आपको पता है कि if you have the derivative of the form u by v, आपको अगर करना है तो this is a d of x, d of d by x. यहाँ पे क्या हो जाएगा, आपको ये पता है कि this will be divided by v square, v as it is u का डेरिवेटिव माइनस u as it is v का डेरिवेटिव divided by v square, right? You can follow the same thing in question number 5. So in question number 5, you can write this down as the derivative of this, that is d by dx of this function sine of ax plus b. अब आप अपने दिमाग में सोचते रहो कि अगला स्टेप क्या आने वाला है. डिवाइड बाय cos of cx प्लस टी। ठीक है, अब इसका जो डेरिवेटिव होगा दैट विल बी सिंपली, पहले देखो cos, ये जो फंक्शन है एज इट इज रहेगा, ठीक है, नीचे तो इसका स्क्वायर आने वाला है, ये जो फंक्शन है एज इट इज रहेगा यहाँ पे, cos ऑफ cx प्लस डी विल बी एज इट इज, डेरिवेटिव ऑफ दिस न्यूमरेटर पार्ट। आप ध्यान से देखो, जो डेरिवेटिव है न्यूमरेटर पार्ट का, अब यहाँ पे क्या लगाएंगे हम, चेन रूल लगाएंगे इसके डेरिवेटिव के लिए सेपरेटली। तो साइन ऑफ एक्स प्लस बी है, साइन का डेरिवेटिव जो अभी हमने पहले 3 क्वेश्चंस में किया था, साइन का डेरिवेटिव क्या हो जाएगा, कॉस, कॉस ऑफ एक्स प्लस बी आ गया। अभी हम इसका पीछे नहीं छोड़ेंगे बिकॉज वी हैव टू डिफरेंशिएट एक्स प्लस बी एज वेल, अप्लाइंग द चेन रूल इनटू ए। अब आओ माइनस, माइनस में क्या है, दिस वाज एज इट इज, यहाँ पे देखो फॉर्मूला साइन ऑफ एक्स प्लस बी इनटू, अब देखो इसका डेरिवेटिव आएगा कॉस का, कॉस का डेरिवेटिव क्या होने वाला है, प्लस माइनस ऑफ साइन हो जाएगा, तो यहाँ पे प्लस आ जाएगा, ठीक है। तो यहाँ क्या जाएगा, साइन ऑफ सी एक्स प्लस डी, अब उसके बाद सी एक्स प्लस डी का डेरिवेटिव विच इज सी, ठीक है। तो ये सारे स्टेप्स हमको फॉलो करने हैं एंड एट द एंड वी कैन राइट डाउन द डिनोमिनेटर, जो क्या होगा, वी स्क्वायर होगा। सो दैट इज नथिंग बट कॉस ऑफ और कॉस स्क्वायर ऑफ सी एक्स प्लस डी, ठीक है। अब आप इनको ब्रेक करके अलग से सजा के लिख सकते हो, ठीक है। In whatever the simplified form you can write them down, right? क्योंकि कुछ cos ax plus b नीचे या cos ax plus d यहाँ से कुछ कैंसिल हो जाएगा, इसको सेपरेट करोगे एंड दिस विल बिकम 10, तो अकॉर्डिंगली आप इसको कर सकते हो बिकॉज दिस स्टेप वाज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। Now let us come to the question number 6. So in question number 6 we have, again we have to apply the chain rule, but understand in this question we have this u, this is u, right, this is v, u into v. So in the u into v, अब जिन लोगों को नहीं पता है तो I'll just write down कि how to write the derivative. So derivative हो जाएगा उसका, पहले u का derivative v constant plus u constant and then v का derivative, right? Same thing you will have to do here. लेकिन यहाँ पे देखो ऐसा you cannot write it down like in one go. You have to apply the chain rule when you will differentiate the second part. So let us try to do this. So here we have d by dx of cos of x cube, and the first part also you'll have to apply the chain rule. Now this will be equal to, now understand this part that you can take anyone as u or anyone as v. So here this will be the derivative will be, first of all you have to differentiate this, right? Derivative of this, understand this part, derivative of cos of x cube, right? Derivative of u, cos of x cube. So derivative of cos is, you know that it is minus sine and then x cube into, then we'll come to derivative of x cube, that is 3 into x square. Now this derivative is finished, then it is into v, and now v here is this part, so this is into sine square x raised to the power 5, right? This is, everything is into, then we will come to this plus u as it is, u is this cos of x cube, derivative of this part. Now understand, first of all there here we have 2-3 functions at the same time, that is you have the power also, you have sine also, and you have again x raised to the power 5. So first of all you try to deal with the power, you know that it will be dealt as x raised to the power n, so it will be n into x raised to the power n minus 1, right? So that will be n minus 1 will be 2 minus 1, so sine of x raised to the power 5 into, now understand this point, here we have just now dealt with the power, not with the sign. Now we'll deal with sign. Derivative of sign is cos, and x raised to the power 5 is as it is. Now we have dealt with power as well as sign. Now what is left is x raised to the power 5. So derivative of x raised to the power 5 is 5 into x raised to the power 4. So this is your answer. You can take common and then you can arrange these terms, right? So this way you can solve. Now understand once again that in the derivatives, what you have to do while applying the chain rule, you'll have to take care that every function that is involved should be differentiated and multiplied. right? That is basically the chain rule that you would be getting here also. And I expect that this answer you can write it down in format by taking something common. It is if it is coming out to be right. That is, for example, it is here we have 3x square and here we have x to the power 4. So you can take x square common, right? And then you can write down the remaining terms. Fine. Okay. So now we have solved these 6 questions. Now we'll come to more functions where we can differentiate all of them, the remaining part of the exercise, right? So let us now try to differentiate these. So here we are having derivative of this function. Now you know that this 2, which is the constant, constant can be taken outside, right? So 2 cot of x square, right? Now it is basically this 2 you can take outside, and then you can think about 2 into. This is same as the power, that is cot of x square raised to the power half, right? So it will be n into x raised to the power n minus 1, which will be half. Then cot of x square, half was already there, half minus 1, right? So minus half. Now the power has played its role in the derivative. Now we'll come to the function cot, right? So you know that the derivative of cot is nothing but, so we are not worried about again cot of x square. Just see what is derivative of cot. So derivative of cot is minus cos x square. So minus cos x square of x square, right? Now we have dealt the power, the cot function. Now comes the x square. Derivative of x square is 2x. Fine. So now we can rearrange the terms in the terms of sine or x, depending upon all these things. So this 2 and 2 will be getting cancelled out. And then you can convert these terms. This cot of x square, you can write this down as, or it will be a 1 upon, right? So that will be under root sine of x square upon cos of x square, and x is already there, so minus x, we can minus 2x in fact. Cos of x square into 1 by sine square x square. So finally you can get these terms cancelled out, right? And then you can do it accordingly. So it does not mean that, because it depends upon how you simplify and until what extent you simplify this. Because you know that this is power half, and if you just try to understand this, you can take under root this and sine raised to the power this together. So you will be having minus 2x upon under root cos of x square, right? And this power is this, here we have 2, right? And then here the power is half. So 2 minus half is 3 by 2. So you can write down into sine of x square raised to the power 3 by 2, which will be the correct answer. Now similarly we'll try to, so this is much simpler than this one. ठीक है, तो इसको तो आप डायरेक्टली कर ही लोगे. So this dy by dx of this is cos root x. So first of all, you will differentiate the cos function, that is minus sine root x, then derivative of root x, right? So this derivative of root x, we already know what is this derivative. Minus sine root x into 1 by 2 root x. So this will be minus sine root x divided by 2 root x. This will be the answer for this. So now I hope this becomes comparatively simpler and easier. Now we will be able to solve the questions. So let us now try to solve the remaining ones. So prove that this function is not differentiable, right? So once you know how to find out the limits and you have the knowledge of the first principle. If it is asking about the differentiability, then the things becomes easy, right? So using the first principle, you know that you can write down the limits. So here also you have to find out the left hand derivative and the right hand derivative to prove that the function is differentiable at a point or not, right? For example, if you want to prove the function is differentiable at 1, or you want to find it out. So first of all, you have to find it out let us say, first let us find out the right hand derivative. So right hand derivative at x equal to 1. So this is given by limit h tends to 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1, and then this divided by h. So this is basically the right hand derivative, and if you are able to find out the limit, so whatever will be the limit coming out, so we'll write down that limit, right? So let us try to find out the limit of this. So here we have this equals, we'll try to substitute the values of 1 by 1, 0 plus, so f of 1 plus h, right? So this f of 1 plus h is nothing but mod h. If you just substitute 1 plus h here, right? This is mod h. Now this mod h minus f of 1. F of 1 is 0 divided by h. Now since h is being approached from the right hand side, because it is h 0 plus, we are approaching h from the right hand side. So this mod h is also positive, right? Because it is said that h is approaching 0 plus, not 0 minus, right? So h is positive. So if h is positive, you know that this mod function can be written down as simply mod h will be nothing but equal to h only, right? So this is nothing but limit h tends to 0 plus h by h. So even before applying the limit, it turns out to be 1, right? So that will be 1. So we have the right hand derivative at x equal to 1 is 1. Now let us come to the left hand derivative. Now the purpose is not to just solve the question. Now understand this part. We have now understood that what is the right hand derivative at any point also. Similarly, we'll try to see what is the left hand derivative at any point. And this you are going to apply in all the questions. So this is limit h tends to 0 minus, because we are approaching from the left hand side. Formula will be same. 1 plus h minus f of 1 divide by, now here in the left hand one, you will just be having h, it is approaching 0 minus. Understand this point. So now he'll see that how the function changes. So this is limit h tends to 0 minus f of 1 plus h, right? Again, this is a mod, right? So again, this is mod h minus 0 upon h. Now understand one important point, that when we are approaching 0 h from negative side, so we know h is negative, right? And we know the property of the modulus, right? That is f of x, if it is mod x, this is equal to minus x when x is less than 0, and this is equal to x when x is greater than 0, right? So I'll apply the same thing here. So limit h tends to 0 minus will turn out to be, this is minus h divided by h, and now this is equal to minus 1, right? So from this we have the left hand derivative is not equal to the right hand derivative, right? So now we have proved. So we will write hence proved. Since left hand derivative is not equal to the right hand derivative, we'll say that the function is not differentiable at the point x equal to 1, right? Now understand these points, and if you are not able to get the things, just play the video again. And let us now come back to the last question, which is also based on the derivative. Prove that the greatest integer function defined by this is not differentiable at x equal to 1 and x equal to 2. Right? Let us try to solve it at any one point. The next point, because both of them are similar, you can solve this question by two ways, right? And if you draw the diagram for this question, then it will give you an edge over the other students, right? So first of all, you'll try to solve it mathematically, fine. So we can solve it with two ways. We'll first of all, let us try to solve by using the first principle, right? Which we have just now covered, right? So I'll just directly write down the left hand derivative and the right hand derivative of this. So for the left hand derivative, we have limit h tends to 0 minus, because we are approaching from the left hand side, f of, so let us try to check at x equal to 1, right? F of 1 plus h minus f of 1. So if we'll check at 2, it will be 2 plus h minus f of 2, right? Remember this thing. So this is divided by h. Now let us try to substitute the values, because we should know small properties of the box of x in this. So limit h tends to 0 minus. So f of 1 plus h will be nothing but box of 1 plus h, right? Box is here greatest integer function. Minus f of 1, because f of 1 is integer, so this will be 1. Box of 1 is 1 divided by h, right? Now, when you are approaching h from the left hand side, understand this point, because when we are approaching h from, when we are approaching that h is approaching 0 from the left hand side, so it means that it is negative, right? So h is a very, very small number which is negative. So 1 plus h will be just less than 1. Understand this point. 1 plus h will be just less than 1. So it simply implies if we have anything which is just less than 1, so box of that quantity is going to be what? You understand this. This is 0. Right? Box of that quantity is 0. So this is a limit h tends to 0 minus, it is 0 minus 1 divided by h. But we know that this h is approaching, this is approaching from negative side. So h is approaching minus 0 from the negative side. So it will be approaching infinity, right? Because that will be of the form 1 by 0, right? This is about the left hand derivative. Now let us see whether the right hand derivative is what at x equal to 1. So we know the formula. Limit h tends to 0 plus f of 1 plus h minus f of 1 divided by h, right? Now, again, we'll apply the same thing, because still here the thing is same, right? But you will have to write down the steps. Limit h tends to 0 plus. Now here we have box of 1 plus h minus 1 divided by h. Now you are approaching 0 from the right hand side. So it simply means here h is positive. So very small positive quantity. तो यहाँ पे 1 plus h क्या हो जाएगा? देखो 1 plus h हो जाएगा 1 से just बड़ा. if 1 से just बड़ा हो जाएगा, you know that the greatest integer function of 1 is 1, और 1 और 2 के बीच में अगर वैल्यू है तो greatest integer क्या हो जाएगा? 1 हो जाएगा. 2 और 3 के बीच में वैल्यू है तो greatest integer क्या हो जाता है? 2. 3 और 4 के बीच में वैल्यू है तो greatest integer क्या हो जाता है? 3. यहाँ पे इंटीजर जो वैल्यू होगी 1 plus h किस किस के बीच में होगी? 1 और 2 के बीच में होगी. So this is equal to 1. तो यहाँ पे आप लिमिट जब अप्लाई करोगे तो you know that this function is already 1 minus 1. तो यहाँ पे आपका ऐसा आ जाएगा. This is 1 minus 1 by h. तो अब पहले से ही क्या बन गया? ये 0 by h हो गया. तो क्या हो जाएगा? 0 हो जाएगा. ठीक है. So here in this case is also we have the left hand derivative is not equal to the right hand derivative, right? When both of them are not equal, so hence proved that derivative does not exist. When you have this not equal, then we can say that derivative does not exist. In the same case as in the limits, right? When the left hand limit is not equal to right hand limit, we say that the limit does not exist in the same manner, right? Now you can easily solve for 2 as well. In the 2 also, you will have the same story will be there, right? So just try it out for 2, and if you are not able to solve, you can comment and just let me know. I'll again tell you how to solve for the 2, right? But you should solve it yourself. So guys, this is it for the differentiation for this exercise, right? So let's try to have some other topics some next time. So we'll meet up again. So till then, all of you, bye-bye and take care.